But it's Chevrolet certified.
This guy again. How you guys doing? That was a little weird. It's the first time I ever had somebody ask if I could put my camera down. And the ironic thing about it is that this is actually the same gas station that was filming the ACK demo days, which is sort of why I said this guy. I guess it's all making sense. This is exactly where we were at last time. Wow. ACK Demo Days is a wrap, but before we head home, we stopped by San Antonio to fish the city's largest kayak fishing tournament called the Fin Addict Kayak Fishing Tournament. This is a unique one. This is nothing like you've ever fished before because we're fishing for freshwater redfish. Sit back, relax. The next episode of Next Level Fishing TV starts right about now. So we'll begin the day by picking a little bit of local knowledge. I have a really good friend, David Villarreal, out there in San Antonio, Texas, and he was kind enough to share a little bit of information or intel on what the fish are hitting and what they're biting.
You'll do good, dude. I'm telling you, man. The other guys that are there, they spent the night here.
Yeah.
These are the guys that we go with all the time, and like I said, I got first place last year at the one in Bonnie, and these lures, they work. But we were,
now, I put my GPS, so whenever I put my GPS to get to this lake, I put it for the park because it sends me to the refinery whenever I put Lake Calaveras. So
no, don't. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you put the park.
So the park is where I need to go, right?
Yeah, it's gonna take south 181 to Floresville. There's some boleros and stuff. If you want to grab a snack or something, you just take a left and go all the way around, and you'll see that hits the kayak box. You'll see all the fanfare, so you'll be all right.
A lot of the locals there in San Antonio, they see Lake Calaveras as fishing in a barrel, but it really is something special. You know, it's different, especially for somebody like me who will go from saltwater offshore to inshore. So for this tournament, I'm mainly focusing on redfish. I've entered both pots, so I've entered the actual tournament itself, obviously, and I've also entered the redfish side pot, which has nothing to do with weight or size, actually has all to do with the spots. So that's something we'll be keeping an eye out as we're fishing this event. So we've got our first fish on the board, things are exciting, but of course I need to just be focused on the fact that I need a big fish, I need a big red. Stringer just won't pay out on this tournament, but it is important to keep it. I mean, it could be that everybody has had a bad day, so I'm gonna work on keeping my limit, turning them in just to get on the board, and once I do that, if I feel like whatever I have isn't good enough, I'm gonna just continue to grind and work, and hopefully I can catch a big redfish. So I've got my first redfish ever in freshwater, and it's gone. I'm throwing rattle traps. You know, I really can't explain what's going on. I don't know what I did wrong. I double punctured it. I put the stringer through its top lip, out through the bottom lip. It's gone. You know, you can kind of tell from my face. I really don't know what's going on here. I did ask a boat next to me if there were any alligators. You know, I figured maybe that's a possibility, and they said there is a big one in there, which I didn't know about. So we'll keep moving around and see if we can reload up on some redfish. You had any luck? Uh-huh. Oh no. Now, being that I have entered the side pot, which is most spots on a redfish, I was pretty excited to see this leper, man. I brought up a good one here. I felt like I would have a chance, although, you know, it is winner take all. There's no second and third place give out. So, you know, I really got to hope that this redfish has enough spots to put me in the money there. A lot of spots. That might be a good one right there. Side pot. Cool, cool. Well, I'll be back. Don't tell the fish I'm coming back, all right? Good luck. Now, this isn't my first time in Lake Calaveras. This is actually my second time. First time I did, I just completely struck out. Again, thanks to David. You know, he was able to just kind of enlighten me on what these fish like to do. And it made for an interesting day. You know, it really did. And I think what's important to realize about Lake Calaveras is to understand the environment. It was a little bit of a learning curve, but it wasn't a steep one. You know, it's mainly just trolling, finding the depths, finding where they're cruising. That's how I did it. I've got one that's got quite a bit of spots on it. It's definitely going to contend for... Uh-oh. Hello? I released two, and so I'm gonna go turn in one with a lot of spots. Whoa! No, I'm just kidding. Right there, but I'm letting it drop all the way down to the bottom, almost to where I was like snagging stuff. So going back to this fishing style being almost like catching kings, man, I've got these rattle traps locked and loaded in trolling position, and you know, one goes off hard, man, and it kind of gave me a little goosebumps. You know, I felt like I was out there in good old Corpus Christi, Texas rigs. All right, well, I got me one worth bragging about. So I cranked down a little bit on the drag, but not too hard. You know, I'm not real familiar with these lures that I was using, these rattle traps. I didn't really know how good the hooks were, so I kind of finessed it a little bit just to where I could feel the hooks kind of giving. You know, if I felt like there was a little bit of give there, I'd let the fish do its thing. They're treble hooks, there's no reason to force it in, you know. So I brought it up, and this was a nice one, man. Woo! You know, this one I felt like was going to put me in the money. But of course, I've heard that there are a lot of big redfish here, so to get something in the upper 30s, mid 30s, lower 30s, or even 40s, it's not uncommon. They are around, it's just a lottery pick. Holy smokes! It's a good one. She swallowed it. Hang on, let me put on my lipstick. Hang on. No, I'm just kidding. So that's that Calaveras Big Red. You know, I was able to go out there and pull away 3rd overall and first place on the redfish side pot. So that was really cool. You know, I mean, I really didn't go there with much expectation. Just a little bit of local knowledge, and I got lucky, you know, just like anybody else can at the Fin Addict Kayak Fishing Tournament. I was well over 100 anglers. I really couldn't give you an exact count, maybe about 115 to 120. Had a blast, man. I wish I could go more often every year. I'm always busy running around, so it was a pleasure to be able to sort of pit stop there, coming from the ACK demo days, coming in, grabbing a little bit of cash, and going home. If you guys have not had an opportunity to fish this event, go and check it out. It's in San Antonio. It's a great city. It's the biggest kayak fishing tournament that the city has, and you're around awesome people, man. Everybody's nice to you. Everybody's, the camaraderie's there. You know, female, male, couples. It's just a good old time. You can camp the day before, of course, pre-fish. It was one heck of an experience, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. Hopefully I can sneak away next year. And I just want to thank all those guys involved, man. They were so nice to me when I was there. All the anglers that I competed with. Good, clean, competitive fun, well organized. Had a blast, and I was lucky enough to walk away with a little victory. So we'll see you guys soon, man. I'm headed back to Corpus Christi. Well, actually, I'm here in Corpus Christi. We're going to continue filming. We're going after that trophy trout. I hope you guys stick around to see it all unfold. We'll see y'all next time on Next Level Fishing TV.